Hi, first graders. Today we're going to talk about how important it is to read with expression. We have already learned that characters show us how they are feeling through their words and actions. We can understand a character's feelings even better by changing our voice to sound like theirs. This is called reading with expression. If you don't change your voice to match the character's feelings, you might not understand what's happening in the story. Here's a sentence that says, "I can't wait for my birthday party." I'm going to read this sentence in a few different ways that express a few different feelings. They're not all going to make sense because you have to pay attention to how the character is feeling in order to make your voice sound like theirs. First, I'm going to read the sentence with an angry voice. "I can't wait for my birthday party." I'm not sure someone would say those words in an angry voice. That's not really something someone says when they're feeling angry, so I'm not sure that makes a lot of sense. Maybe I should try reading it in a sad voice. "I can't wait for my birthday party." I'm not sure that makes sense either, because I don't think someone who is very sad would say, "I can't wait for my birthday party." I'm not sure that's something I've ever said about my birthday when I'm feeling sad. I'll try reading it in a happy, more excited voice this time and see if that makes sense. "I can't wait for my birthday party." Oh, well, that makes way more sense. I think I've even said those exact same words in the exact same excited voice when my birthday is coming up. Whenever you talk about something like a birthday party, you usually are feeling excited. So it's really important that your voice and your feelings match how the character is feeling. Otherwise, you might not understand what's happening in the story. I'm going to read a little bit of this book, Frog and Toad, together. We've already read one story from this book, and we're going to read a different one today called The List. As I read, I'm going to change my voice to sound how the character is feeling. That way, I'll really understand what's going on. The List. One morning, Toad sat in bed. "I have many things to do," he said. "I will write them all down on a list so that I can remember them." Toad wrote on a piece of paper, "A list of things to do today." Then he wrote, "Wake up." "I have done that," said Toad, and he crossed out, "Wake up." Then Toad wrote other things on the paper. Eat breakfast, get dressed, go to Frog's house, take a walk with Frog. Eat lunch, take a nap. Play games with Frog, eat supper, go to sleep. "There," said Toad. "Now my day is all written down." He got out of bed and had something to eat. Then Toad crossed out, "Eat breakfast." Toad took his clothes out of the closet and put them on. Then he crossed out, "Get dressed." Toad put the list in his pocket. He opened the door and walked out into the morning. Soon Toad was at Frog's front door. He took the list from his pocket and crossed out, "Go to Frog's house." Toad knocked at the door. "Hello," said Frog. "Look at my list of things to do," said Toad. "Oh," said Frog, "that is very nice." Toad said, "My list tells me that we will go for a walk." "All right," said Frog, "I am ready." Frog and Toad went on a long walk. Then Toad took the list from his pocket again. He crossed out, "Take walk with Frog." Just then there was a strong wind. It blew the list out of Toad's hand. The list blew high up into the air. "Help," cried Toad. "My list is blowing away. What will I do without my list?" Well, wait a second. I'm going to pause here and think about what's happening to Toad and how Toad is feeling, because I think this is a part where Toad's feelings change, and my voice needs to show that too. "Help," cried Toad. "My list is blowing away. What will I do without my list?" Well, in the picture, Toad looks very upset and very, very worried about his list. So I think my voice has to express Toad's feelings. I'm going to try that line again. "Help!" cried Toad. "My list is blowing away. What will I do without my list?" Now that I've changed my voice, I think I understand more how Toad is feeling and that list is very important to him. "Hurry," said Frog. "We will run and catch it." "No," shouted Toad. "I cannot do that." I think I need to change my voice again to make sure that you, the reader, and me understand how Toad is feeling here. "No," shouted Toad. Well, if it says shouted in the story, I should sound like I'm shouting too. No! Shouted Toad. I cannot do that. That makes me better understand that Toad is still very upset that his list has blown away. Why not? Asked Frog. Because, wailed Toad, running after my list is not one of the things that I wrote on my list of things to do. I can tell that Toad is very upset in this part of the story. He's so upset that he's lost his list. And if I didn't change my voice, it would be really hard for me and you to understand those feelings too. Frog ran after the list. He ran over hills and swamps, but the list flew on and on. At last, Frog came to Toad. I am sorry, gasped Frog, but I could not catch your list. Blah, said Toad. If I hadn't changed my voice to sound just like Frog and Toad, I'm not sure that I would understand just how important Toad's list was to him. Really changing my voice helps me understand those character feelings a lot more, and it probably helped you understand what was happening in the story better too. For your assignment today, you're going to read some pages from the book I Love My New Toy by Mo Willems. As you read, pay attention to how Piggy and Gerald are feeling. Change your voice to match how the characters feel. Then choose 1 or 2 pages to read out loud and take a video of yourself changing your voice to match how the characters are feeling. Have fun!